All right, hello. It's Saturday night. We're back for yet another stream, giving away the MG Heavyarms tonight. So stay tuned for that. Good to be back once again. Working on the HG aerial rebuild tonight, which is probably be a solid build based on my experiences with the original aerial and the Elfrith, which shares a lot of commonality. And what else? Yeah, excited to be working on a kit tonight. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. I'm gonna jump into the chat, say hello, and then I'll get back to the building and all that good stuff. So, what's up, Dylan Dahl, Wolfpack, Gunpla Juice, Baron Radium, Maverick Entity, Go Zero, Lord Kronos, Adam Shampoo, Lego Yoda, Studio AU, John Ventura, Butter Knuckles, Robert Salo, Matthew Mahoney, Giant Robots and God, what's going on? Blasphemy Builds, Atomic Etrigan, Solid Monkey, Jason S, Everista Morals, Baka ZCO, M2020 Jake, Edison Kelly, how are you? MZ, Baron Radium, Nick the Aerial Rebuild is my favorite Witch Mercury kit. Cool. Thanks for the super chats, Edison Kelly. The HG Red Gundam G Quux be on your site. Yes, we do have them on order. We have some hopefully secured. The distributors won't tell us what we're getting in terms of numbers, if they're going to fulfill the full order or not yet, but we do have some on order, so we expect to see them relatively soon. Tyson Knocked, what's up? It's a trash can. How are you? She cares, right? Safe and sound today. Nice. All right, I think that's everybody. I'm gonna get back into the building. What's everybody up to? You guys building along tonight and all that good stuff. What's up, Real Time 88? A pretty good day, I'd say. Slept in, and then went over to the warehouse. Setting up some more pegboard for organizing accessories. Setting up the front display cases, which now have stuff in them again, and a few other little things. And then went to lunch with the family, which was good. And then movie night, and that's basically my day. We built the MG Heavyarms. Is it good? It is a solid build. One of the kits that, when asked, the P Bandai variation, I should say, is really high up on my list. And the same core kit, I've got a few more of those in the backlog to build a second or third time. Currently inking all the individual bits from 30 Missions option set. Then might grab another small thing to work on. Cool. All right, so I think we're on the torso, B19 C236. But pretty productive day, and leaves me with tomorrow being a day that I will be 100% at home. I think it'll be the first day that I'll be at home that isn't a work day for the day job. I'm sure I'll be doing some warehouse stuff, placing some orders and paying some bills and whatnot, but I'm looking forward to the not having to go anywhere and not having to do anything and just doing what feels right. It's gonna be good. Handed over the keys to the old warehouse this week too, so that was also a noteworthy moment. Really excited about that. Playing runner dominoes over here. Bought an electric demolition hammer to bust up some brick panel boards, some jerk glue down the basement floor at my mom's house. I offered to do a drawing for the kit. I mean, it'd be about a handful of times during the night, during the stream, over the next 2 hours. Working on my working on my HG Ultron gun from P Bandai. I got a couple of those in the backlog. I'm looking forward to building that sometime. 30-minute fantasy Libra night tonight. Awesome. What's up, Isquizoide? What's going on? Thinking about building a couple HGs with the Mark II and a Nemo and a Zeta. Very good. My D-runner holder go? Thought I had one. That's what this is, right? Because I've got the Argama deck that I've brought home from the old warehouse. I'm debating whether I should try to wall mount it at the new warehouse or do something with it here. Going on the HG Rising Freedom shortly. Just clean up the desk first. Working the Buster Dollar Paladin nice. Base go down to some legs for HGDO and MG GPO2. Awesome. I feel that cleaning the desk first thing, I feel like so much of my everything needs reorganization and cleanup after the move, and being full out the last few months last few weeks, month and a half maybe, working on move stuff. I still got like boxes of stuff that I brought home from the warehouse to sort through, stash. Plenty to do. Have you ever kit bashed? I've done a little bit of kit bashing, not a ton. I did something with a bunch of 30-minute mission stuff a while back. That was pretty cool. Jumped in, building my first figurized kit tonight. Kaiju number 8, nice. Built the Doritos gun. How are you, Nick? Congratulations for moving to the new place. Are you excited about that? Totally. Can't express how happy I am to be moved. The that first month where we're not paying rent on the old place is going to be even better. Let's finish up the first or second episode. All right, so interesting that you start with the neck on this one. Hey friends, hope everyone is doing well. What's up, Tim Mott? Welcome. 9 and 10. I feel like with the move, it's going to take the next like 3 to 6 weeks to recover and get everything sorted out. There's all the stuff that just didn't get done in general because we were spending the time on move stuff. And then I kind of spent a whole bunch of time sorting out all the stuff that generated things that need to get sorted out. You know, find a home for them here at my house or the new place. I got a bunch of stuff in storage. I want to have to get listed on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or something. So, tons left to do. Where do you find the music for the stream? Like metal and stuff, so I was wondering because most of it sounds pretty nice. Thank you. Glad you like my musical choices. I use a service called pretzel.rocks. It's a streaming music service specifically for streaming. And they have a metal station on there. It's I find it's pretty good selection of stuff, and it's all like copyright claim free for streaming, which is good. Hey James S, happy Saturday to you as well. What's up, Derek? It's the best and worst about having a business like Mecha Warehouse. I'll go with the worst first because there's lots of bad things, lots of good things too, lots of bad things about running a business. I'd say the biggest one though is that when you run a business, it's always there, right? When you go on vacation, when you go home at the end of the day, when you go to bed, it's always there. And if it's your business, it kind of always stops with you. I suppose at some point you hire enough people and give enough responsibility to somebody else that maybe you can kind of get a break. But I don't think that's ever really true. You know, working at another small but significantly larger than Mecha Warehouse business with my my day job. I mean, he's not passive, even though he's got, you know, a general manager to run the business. Still shows up like once a week to see where things are at and make sure everything's going good and provides his input. So I don't think it ever goes away. The responsibility is always ultimately yours. Sometimes can't predict the flow of the market, right? I mean, that's tough too. You never know, especially this market seems to be particularly challenging. So that's one of a list of things that's more like a challenge for doing it and less of a general good or bad about having a business. The good is it can be incredibly rewarding, and nobody else can tell you what to do. They can recommend what they want you to do. Sometimes those recommendations are the right thing to take, but you are not forced to take them. It's like the downside of going back to a regular job is there are times when I think I know best what we should do as a company or what our group should do or whatever, and you basically have to learn when to shut your mouth because it's not the right time or the right thing. But sometimes it's nice to have somebody else be responsible at the end of the day, so everything's a trade-off. Unless the mob boss shows up and makes you an offer you can't refuse. Water decals this week with Unicorn. I had a horrible time. What was the issue, Maurice? Did you anything in particular that was challenging? Didn't go the way you had hoped? Done a lot of water slides, and between that and people in the chat, I'm sure we might be able to come up with solutions or give you suggestions, maybe. Responsible, just show up, make your money, and leave, right? Be the boss, they said. It'd be fun, they said it, right? Like, sometimes it's nice to have the ability to pass the buck. I mean, that's ultimately what, especially lower wage kind of jobs. I suppose as an engineer, you don't always have that flexibility either. You still have certain responsibilities, but the main ultimate responsibility is somebody else's. Very messy and break for me easily. I have fat fingers. Last stream you're putting them so easily. I was like, how? Oh, interesting. Did you... Which brand decals first, I guess? Did you soak them too long? Trying to think what else would be easy questions to get you in the right ballpark on that. See, Builder Man. Thank you, Armando. Your workings of the business or someone else's responsibility. Right. That's always comes from 148 Unicorn. But like, which brand were they? Bandai decals, Delphi, GB Work, or one of the other brands? Because that can make a difference. Bandai decals, for example, suck in general. I've had more issues with the Bandai's water slides. You say the best part is having a warehouse full of gunpla and being able to just take anything you want. No, it's a liability too. You show up and then stuff follows you home. Bandai, they're included in the box of the Gundam. So that could be part of it. Most of the time, decals from other manufacturers are going to be better than Bandai's. Their decals are notoriously bad. Your preference on water slide makers? So I haven't actually used GB Work. I'm a big fan of Delphi, so they'd probably be my favorites that I've used. At some point I'll try GB Work. I've heard they're pretty good too. Sometimes I wonder where Bandit be if third parties weren't there to pick up the slack. Well, it's probably part of why they don't prosecute any of them, because a few of them probably go a little too far on stealing IP stuff. I keep parts decals are awful. I keep buying them and I haven't learned my lesson. Ben has a very hands-off approach. Alright, D20 and 21. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but Bandit's official accessory and tools tended to be not good. So good to like decals and markers. So someone comes and crosses the line, right? And then they kind of flare up and they kind of go away again. D, that's what it's D20, 21. Slacking on decals for a pretty long time, if I'm honest. I thought I was doing something wrong. I mean, I still am, but I thought it was only an ME issue. I mean, it could be that you're doing something wrong, but I've had decals break, and especially if they're like really big decals, tend to be more prone to breakage, in my experience. Small ones tend to disappear and get lost, but there's always something. Rework ones always come with way more decals than I use on a single kit, which is nice because they inspire me to customize other kits. Yeah, the leftovers on a lot of these sheets, whether they be spares for ones that they assume you're going to break or lose, or just other alternate options. Like, I wonder what everybody else does. I definitely keep all the leftovers when I finish a decal sheet. Using center and softener. Still banded decals pull up from time to time. The Zabanya Final Battle version had decals left up under the clear. Totally ruined the finish. Oh, that's horrible. Did you have a good gloss coat on underneath the decals? I'm assuming that was over paint. I not do decals myself. Most I would do is either designate unit numbers, keep the decal sheets unless they're empty, and mine very rarely empty. Personally, I think having a bunch of warnings at every part of the limb is excessive. I feel like it takes things to another level in terms of, like, quote unquote realism. Not that a 18-meter tall fighting robot is all that realistic in the first place, but it helped give it that, like, not a toy feeling to me. Nick, what happened to all our moderators? Not sure I know what you mean. This is the Akatsuki 144. I love the gold. Old 100 Sheridium decals. They were purpose in the Zabanya. Till right until they lifted. Decals went straight on. The model's plastic. I think it was just old crappy band adhesive giving up. Could be. I always gloss coat even when I'm going straight on the plastic. So this channel is a way to build a community and promote the store as an independent personal project. I mean, would you still be interested in having a Gunpla channel? I think it has more to do with the business than anything. I don't think it would be lucrative to do on its own, or lucrative enough. Community's always good and all that kind of stuff. Just be a couple of people that helped answer questions and such. I think Antana was one. I forgot the others were. It's been so long. Well, Santana hasn't. We haven't had really any regular ongoing support here on the stream. Santana, when she worked for us, did on a few occasions. But she, God, it was a long time ago. It was like a few months after we moved to the new warehouse, I think, that she moved on. She ended up moving back home to West Virginia. And she was working remote for a little while after that. And then Ethan's no longer works for us, and Kayla was part of the layoffs back in May and June, so there's really no staff to do that right now. He's talking about a couple of us that might chime in next busy with site questions. Like if you're talking about here, then that's the answer. If you're talking about in the Discord or something, that might be a different answer. Somebody heard the name Santana. She was our first like media person. She did all our video stuff way back in the day and all that stuff. Thanks for the sub, Johnny. All right. MG tells me to think about pushing my surgery back to free up some of my income tax. Okay, C233. This. Thanks for the sub, Miguel. My beam rifle tighten up. I just saw a runner labeled Q. So I don't know if anybody here has. Oh, there it is. Okay. I see these stickers, but you also got this F runner, which I think goes over that part. So I presume that I don't need those stickers. Hey Richard, what's up? Hope I'm not being rude by asking stuff like this. I'm just curious, and my entrepreneurs like to learn what's behind their business models and decisions. No, it's no problem at all. This warehouse games on TikTok, I'm gonna pick back up social media once everything settles in the move. To some extent, probably, James. I'm not sure exactly what and how much, but I'm hoping that some of my time will free up. Now that things are settling, I'm hoping to offload some stuff day to day that could be done by Sean instead of me. And then not having the extra move tasking will hopefully also free up some of my time, and the combination of the two will hopefully mean I'll have more time to work on things like social media and marketing and things like that. Time will tell. I know I'm way overdue for like a recap video. I'm probably as early as tomorrow or maybe in the next week or two. I plan on shooting and editing one of those and going from there. If it'll help me start my business one day. I mean, if you're into that, I definitely would say go for it. And if you got questions on stuff that I can help with, I'd be happy to answer them. Everyone, sorry I'm late. It was my turn to cook dinner. No problem. My sticker's a tricky business. She worked for Nick during video work, no jobs before she moved back home a few years ago. I've been thinking about doing a more personal podcast that's not specifically the business as well at some point. About Sloppy Joe's. Nice. I can't hear Sloppy Joe without thinking about the Adam Sandler song or whatever. Built any third-party kits on stream, or you build any? Depends on your definition of third-party. Third-party as in one of the Gundam knockoffs. I have not and will not. If by third-party you mean somebody that's not like Bandai or Kodo or whatever, I've done the Flames Toys build on stream before. That was a lot of fun, but I don't know that that's actually third-party by at least some definitions. Lunch Lady Land. Alright, I think I need to do our first draw of the night here. On a side note, I appreciate you doing these streams, Nick. Just a personal thing, but I love to see the person behind the business. Makes me more inclined to buy from you over the others. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for the sub, Yammy Dude. Okay, first draw of the night here. Let's see what our number range is. All right, first draw of the night. We're going to do a number from 10 to 1,000, and I'm pretty sure the Super Bowl is tomorrow. Who's planning on watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? 10 to 1,000. Are you planning on watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for the valid entry. 10 to 1,000, and are you watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? For the commercials. When I used to watch, it was for the commercials. A lot of no's. I wonder how many of those would have been yeses a few years back. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's less popular than it used to be. I think I'll refrain from spending the money on a Super Bowl commercial. That's one of the things I'm bummed about this year, is the last couple of years we've done the fake Super Bowl commercial thing, and that's been fun. Hey, Mecha Life, what's up? Well, the Puppy Bowl on and switch back for commercials. No, the only Super Bowl served here is full of Ecuadorian food. Nice. I just got from work. Just got home from work. About to start work on Start Jagan. How's it going for you, my dude? It's going well. All right. So, I forgot to ask for spinning bills. Do you have to be purchased from your store or nope? They don't need to be. All right. So people have built this before. So it's mentioning stickers, right, on these like top of chest pieces here. But a couple steps later, gonna end up putting the F2 pieces on top, right, that are going to have the pre-printed or whatever on them. Do I still do the stickers? From the image, it looks like maybe I do, primarily to cover the front of these places here. How many Witch Mercury kits do you have left? Let's see. Next hobby stuff. After the rebuild, Zowart Heavy, Delonza Soul, Handry Sturm, Demi Bard, and Gunvolva, Schwartzet, Calibarn. So 2, 3, 4, 7 more kits, I think. It's for the bottom portion. I moved 4 of the completed ones back to the new warehouse this afternoon as well. I think they're all gonna live in that front case when they're all done. I think it's for that front piece. Clear as mud here. So if I'm using the F pieces, do I do the stickers with the pattern on them still, or do I use the all black stickers? Time MG sale goes to mine, another colony lands my bank account. Pattern. I don't know where am I going to put the sand rock I just got. Okay, I guess I'm going for it then. What's the question? Numbers. Are you watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? And 10 to 1,000 was the range. I'm going to call time in a moment here. Work for Ab and Bev Brewery. Because of my work, I'm regularly going to football, soccer matches. I can barely imagine how amazing going to the Super Bowl might be. Thanks for the sub, Jimmy Gomez. I'm gonna go through kits to find what I built tonight. Found that I just reordered some kits I already had. Whoops. Well, I'm late to the party. What are you working on, Brian? I'm working on the aerial rebuild HG. All right, let's call time. And draw a number. Where I bought me shelves to display my bills in the bedroom, and then was shocked when I instantly filled those shelves. The curio cabinet on Facebook Marketplace, $50, no complaints. Okay, 38. Awfully low number this time. I don't know if that means if we're going to have a first draw winner. Don't see one. All right. D7 would be next. Looked at my kits right wordings and I found another box I hadn't looked in. Well, bonus kits, I guess. Been getting one for a room as I'm slowly running out of spot to place them. I hear that. I'm stuck right now where a lot of my stuff is in boxes because I moved it back home from the detolf that was at the warehouse. That detolf is sitting in my basement right now and probably get moved up to the attic hobby room studio area. But I need to actually do that moving of it. But I need that space. I don't know of any good gunpla shops in Las Vegas going to next week. I don't know. I don't think Vegas is a place you go for gunpla. Hey Nick, hope you're having a good evening. Hey Dr. DeJones, what's up? Probably not one of the most important things to measure your room beforehand. Don't give yourself extra room to work during assembly. All right. Oh, this I should have installed, and now I can put the collar here, I guess. Type on the Delphi Blast Impulse decals. They have long-range beam cannons. That is probably one of the more benign typos I've seen. We've had people reach out both about Delphi and G before, thinking that we had whatchamacallit, I'm missing the word. Fakes. Someone had made fake decals because the typos that were in them, and they're there. They're clearly not native English speakers, whoever's designing these decals. It's kind of like debugging code written in China as well. You can tell they don't necessarily have English as a first language either. You're watching the game tomorrow, favorite team? I am not. I haven't watched the Super Bowl in probably like 10 plus years. Used to be more of a social thing, like Super Bowl parties and things like that. '25 and '26. But as of late, I have not. I lose these smoke colored pieces here. Thankfully it landed on my chair. By the way, I want to build a Stark Jagan, and if so, do the missile pods detach on the shoulder? Well, they're Korean, yes. Which Puppy Bowl team are you rooting for? Fun piece, I did, thankfully. Super Bowl is the name of the final match. See what team's the new champion. Yes, yeah, it's the final like championship for the NFL. What's up, Droz? Food is always a big topic. Plus for new videos. I've got some ideas. Time has just been so short lately with the move stuff and not having video staff anymore to take care of the heavy lifting. It's hard to justify at the end of the day when you're flat out doing something like that. So hopefully it'll get better. Let's see. The Switch from Mercury Kit. It is Ted. So anyway, since I know food is a popular topic, we tried a new restaurant, new to us tonight. Well, this afternoon, I guess. For lunch today is a Mexican spot right next to the new warehouse. It was really good. Don't remember the name, or at least can't pronounce it. But if you're ever traveling in from wherever, stopping by the warehouse, I can recommend that restaurant for sure. Oh man, I love Mexican food. Yeah, it was good. It was lunch and a late lunch at that, so they weren't super slammed. Service was really good and food was really good. Taco Bell rebuild. El Tapas, no. It's the I want to say Kate said translated something like Voyager or Traveler or something like that. It's dangerous having a good Mexican place next to work, right? Viero, something like that, yeah. Something with a V. That sounds right. Alright, so I got those in there. F1, F2, D4, D5. If you ever visit Texas, you'll have a ton of Mexican restaurants nearby. And they're probably on average better, I imagine, being in Texas. I think I went when I was on a business trip to Texas one time. Well, technically we were going to New Mexico, I guess. So I don't know, was it New Mexico or Texas? I think we were staying in Texas. I don't remember. It was right near the border. Any sport you're a fan of? None of the traditional sports, really. What's up, ES70 Gunpla? How are you? Oh, did I get Mexican? I went to San Antonio one time for a business trip too. The only thing I remember distinctly food-wise about that is some breakfast taco place that one of the guys we were traveling with insisted that we go to like every morning for breakfast. We need an editor or multimedia designer for your project. Count me in. Well, thanks for the offer. Football fighter needs to be an official sport. No, we're all techno zombies. Oh, it's probably a reference to Devil Gundam. The razor you're using, it is grim. I need someone to sift through communities. Probably I do submissions. I work cheap. I don't tend to have too much trouble with that. Honestly, it's the going from the submission to the post that's the hard part. And historically, when we've had people, every person we've had working media for us in the past has not come from a Gundam, anime, whatever background, and so that's consistently caused a little bit of heartburn of not having somebody know what they're looking for hashtags or whatever. They have to work harder for a lot of that stuff. Okay, let's have the second draw of the night here. Let's do a number from 10 to 500 and we'll answer the question, what is your favorite type of cuisine? So we're just talking about that. 10 to 500, favorite type of cuisine, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win. And your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comments for pre-valid entry. 10 to 500. And what is your favorite type of cuisine? Humans. To pick a single type, right? Food. I like food. Still catch myself daydreaming a little bit about the meals I'm going to have when I go down to ODO. Because there'll be at least a few that I'll probably grab it on my own because of timing and stuff. Gotta get in that Waffle House. Gotta pick up some Krispy Kreme, all that good stuff. Alright, so I got both of those. I need F1 and F2. Hearing the Windows alert sound, thinking what did my PC do now behind my back? No, I think it's actually a customer service inquiry coming in. Get to investigate that either tonight after the stream or tomorrow morning sometime. So I was saying earlier, no relief, you know, it's always there. What I missed? Not too much. We're doing the giveaway 10 to 500 favorite type of cuisine. We'll call time in a moment. So I heard there's a Discord group. How do I get an invite? If you've made a purchase before, you should have received an email or a text message with the invite link. It is a customer-only Discord. If you've made that purchase and didn't get that message, maybe you made that first purchase a while back, you can always email support@mechawarehouse.com and we'll send that stuff out when we can. Caught up on dings and dents. Like, are we going back to Monday to Thursday posts? I have stuff queued up currently through, I think, Friday. And most likely we'll have next weekend will be off. And then we'll see from there. We're definitely space constrained right now, so I want to make sure stuff gets up as soon as possible, so it can go out as soon as possible, or get struck out and relisted as soon as possible. There's definitely, we used to fairly regularly, people would get an extra week grace period on top of the 2 weeks. That's not going to happen very often anymore. We just can't afford the space. Number and type of cuisine, yeah, ES70. I want to hear cuisine from you, Nick. I keep harking back to the original Iron Chef show, LA Cuisine. All right, let's get this queued up. I'm going to call time here. It's 10 to 500, yep. Got rid of 1 through 9 because when we pull a number in that range, it causes problems. All right, time is called. Well, any idea when you'll get more than 30 mission armor core kits? Not sure. Hopefully sooner than later. Get any iron sickle kits in? I don't even know what that is. So is that a armored core design or something, or is that something else? Okay, here we go. 15, another super low number here. I think we have a 15. So just one. I think it is just the one. Real time 88. It's an SNAA third-party kit. Oh, we don't carry any of that stuff right now, so that's a no. Free of the 15 curse. So congratulations, Real Time 88. Always good seeing a long-time regular win. So congratulations. You should know the drill. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we'll get that queued up to go out for you. I do still have some hobby zone backup prizes, so we will draw for those in the next draw. And we did have a super chat earlier, so a reminder anybody on that. It's been a little while since we had a super chat, but any super chat revenue does go right into the prize pool for other backup prizes. Mr. 1, Real Time 88-1. Plan on restocks for W decals? Not presently. I really want to carry decals. I really do. Decals, they're a lot more work than a lot of the things. The margins aren't as good. The research is harder, and they aren't paying off in the short term. Long term, they might again at some point, but we're focusing on things that we know we're winning at. So decals might return, but they've been giving us some heartburn. All right. So torso is done, head is done. I'm expecting your next gun primer restock in the next week or two. I think Kate has the order starting to queue up. We were working on one before a lot of the move stuff got hot and heavy, and then delayed it for the move. So I think she's working on placing that order any day now. We should see this stuff in about a week maybe. So if we're lucky, this coming Friday, more likely the Friday after that. Okay, so right arm, D8, D9. We also have a display restock that is inbound. Hoping it shows up sooner than later. And those can sometimes be tricky to predict exactly when they'll hit the dock. You're building the HG aerial rebuild. Yes, Mario, that is what I'm building. Might be trying to pick up a new razor, maybe a plus. I cleaned mine with water, but didn't let it dry all the way, and I think it isn't working as well. That's a bummer. Using an old toothbrush. That might work. I need to start thinking seriously about how I'm going to reconfigure. I think I'm going to use my hobby room studio space up in the attic for the charity stream this year, since I'm building the Dendrobium, and that is a massive kit. figure out exactly how I want to do that. I have some of the hardware I was using for mounting cameras and lights and stuff at the warehouse when we were doing some of that stuff, so I might take advantage of that, but I'm still not 100% sure how I'm going to go about it. I've got a pick razor, probably a bit better than just sponges. I'm just showing MG gun cannon for the sale. I have a ding and dent wind I need to call for. I want to add something else for the shipping. You probably can't go wrong with either. Depends on which is your favorite chunky mobile suit you have built. Man, there's two. It's hard to choose which one. Gustav Karl's pretty cool. I got plans to do something nuts with my Gustav Karl at some point, paint and otherwise. And the other was a Dom R35, which is a pretty cool design. The Dom one needs some hardware. It's my PMS shows, so maybe that's my favorite for the moment. Nick, you want some free decals for the Dendro? I'm not sure. Do you have extras or something? I don't know what I'm going to do with that one long term. Decals would probably be cool to do on it. That is such a massive kit though. Like top coating that whole thing. Like, man. I'm going to use a giant bottle of top coat on that just on that one kit. A spare set. I mean, if you really don't want them, I guess I could probably make use of them. Top coat mine in a buddy's garage. Yeah, right? Like, I feel like if there's a case for using rattle can top coat, that would be it. Because I can just imagine trying to mix up top coat in a normal airbrush cup or whatever. I feel like that would be a good garage project, you know. Built my first Zoids model kit from your store a few minutes ago, and it's the 172 discs are cool. Good choice. Zoids kits are pretty nice. Okay, 13. Get a house paint sprayer for the top coat. Need a bottle fed or whatever airbrush. Preferably one that can feed directly from my Vallejo bottles. Don't knock the rattle can top coat. I've gotten good results. I have too. I've used it on a couple builds early on before I had the airbrush. I just generally like to use my spray booth, but like that even wouldn't be possible, I don't think. Some of those dendrobium pieces and sub-assemblies are going to be too big for the booth. Need to get one of those like super large like industrial booths or something. Is that the baby cry? Probably. So Kids Are Nicest Nick has Vietnam flashbacks and the Liger Zero kid. It was good. It took a long time. A lot of value in terms of hours per dollar spent or whatever. He just needs to come up with some magical top coat formula that you can just dunk a kit into, and bam, top coat done. A little paint I for the dropper bottles. I was thinking about dunking piece the other day as opposed to spraying or paintbrushing. Is baby okay? Probably. It's a baby. Great Boost had a hard time dealing with the volume of rattle cans. Lots of overspray. Baby's nippers broke. I mean, she is a baby. She gets upset about stuff. And she is very determined when she knows she wants something. Gotta use Zoid's game for my Switch now. I kind of want to build one. Cool. Well, they're good kids, so. I was about to say I've yet to build a bad one, but I've only built one, so. That's kind of not. Not necessarily a glowing review. Probably been 5 minutes since she was last held. Yeah, she's very. Last couple of days, she's been wanting hugs and stuff. She got upset today because I was at the warehouse and Kate came by the warehouse before I went to lunch, and I poked my head into the car to figure out something. Apparently didn't say hi to her, and she got upset about it. Did she do what Army Painter does for shades for top coats? Just vat of shades you can dunk a mini into. Up on the bright side of me, and she loves Daddy. Oh yeah, definitely. I think she's a fan, but she's super smart too. She'll go upstairs and she'll be stuck at the gate wanting to follow me up, and she'll start getting upset and be reaching for me, and I'll say look, I gotta go up and do some work or do whatever. But pick her up, give her a hug or whatever, and put her down. She's all happy and waves by. I don't know, I feel like that level of understanding, I feel like my boys, they would play the same game and then gotten upset again the second you put them back down. Until she's a teen, then Dad becomes enemy number one. I'm really curious to see how that all plays out. Dreaded gate, for some reason I remember it well. I imagine that's probably pretty common. Kid wants to go with you, doesn't want to get left behind, etc. It's only now that I'm an old man I realize how much love my parents gave me despite how crappy of a son I am. We never realize in the moment, right? We all probably have those moments where we're hating our parents for some thing they wouldn't let us do or whatever, but in retrospect it's all stupid and silly that we got upset about it. Some kind of cool shoulder designs. Now I'm 30 and stuff, so I think about what a brat I was. So he's getting his canines. It's been rough on him. Yeah, teething's no fun. Like hop back into the body of my past self, things would have been different. Oh, I'm sure. I feel like we all probably feel that way. Or sit my kid self down for a talk. Yeah, but your kid self wouldn't have listened to you. My kid self probably been like, look, adult me has no idea how the world works. I have a long list of things I wouldn't do again, or I wish I could have done differently, but I guess that's probably something we all feel, right? Few minutes away from our next draw. We'll be giving away one of the Hobby Zone backup prizes. So we'll do that in a few. Right, if I had the chance, I would have talked to my dad more and stopped talking to my mom earlier. I think I have a new number to spam. Pre-training from today, call it night. Good luck, all. Happy building. See you later, Matthew. Have a good evening. All right. So I can pop that in here. All right, be 14 and 15. That's D. That's why that looks wrong. Is there a white base Gunpla? Isn't there like an EX model or something? Like a 1/700 scale of white base, maybe? (14 and 15). Let's try this again. it's C1, 13, and 14. There's like a 1/144 or 1/100 scale version of white base, the Argama or something, right? I'm pretty sure somewhere I saw something along those lines. There's a website I can buy and use your 15% off. Ruru, it's mechawarehouse.com. Actually, let's set up this this next draw. We're going to draw for one of these Hobby Zone backup prizes that we have. All right, so for this third draw, let's do a number from 10 to 250. And let's answer the question, what is your favorite ship, I guess is the right term? Favorite ship from any of the Gundam series, White Base, Argama, etc. 10 to 250, favorite ship from any Gundam series. Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number has to be in the same comment for the valid entry. 10 to 250, favorite ship from any of the Gundam series. I'd love to get lots of plot plate and build a 144 white base. Given the lack of curves in that design, it'd probably be one of the easier ones to make, to build from scratch. I think it'd be pretty cool to build some sort of smaller ship type thing. Like, weren't there were little small carriers in Gundam Wing that carried the Virgos or something. Each one carried like a half dozen maybe of them. I feel like something like that would be in scale to scratch build because they were not massive. It's basically just a giant hangar and a rocket at the end. 140/40 scale would be too much, but yeah, because it's almost no curves, might be easier and a fun project to do. I wonder who did the Argama. Somebody did. I saw pictures of it. It was like the size of somebody's living room or something. What was the question? Shoot, missed it. 10 to 250 is the number range, and what is your favorite ship from any Gundam series? Okay. Back's starting to kill me. What you got playing in the background sounds rad. So I use Pretzel.rocks. This song is City Alpha Squad by Stimage, maybe? Actually, I'm going to call time. Let's do this draw. Okay, 10 to 250. Let's get this on screen. Nice. Number 69. Doesn't look like we have one. Kind of surprised. You build stuff with plot plates. What's the best diorama or scenario you've built for your kits? I have used plot plate. I've used it to build a base before for one of my redacted builds, actually. My favorite diorama base I've done, though, a little vignette base. Just a little block of foam with some dirt texture and a little bit of static grass and a rock on it. Was a prize again, Richard? So we're drawing right now for one of our backup prizes because the Heavyarms was won earlier in the stream. It's a Hobby Zone accessory, a little small extra. They sent us some stuff when we had a special Hobby Zone order a little while back. make another community build to happen again soon in the Discord. I'm hoping to do another redacted contest in the near future. But I need to get... I feel like I need to be almost like bored again, quote unquote, on a weekend where I have enough time, because all the settling in after the move stuff is all wrapped up. So it might be something I start contemplating in, say, March. Maybe launching a little while after that. Aerial rebuild, yes, the Mr. Gundam HG aerial rebuild is what I'm working on tonight. Plan to do a video tour in the new warehouse. I do actually. I would have shot one last week, and then I realized we still had a bunch of stuff to sort out to make some room, and having space will matter when we do a tour video, because it's just not a lot of space in there right now. But hopefully soon. C1, 5, and 6. It's a lot smaller. There's a lot. It's snug. We're packing everything in very tightly right now. I need to do some prep work soon too, because ODO is coming up, so I plan on shooting a ODO vlog as well. There's a few things I think I need to get in order to prepare for that as well. Some stuff that I learned from this last vlog that would make it easier, make sure all my stuff's charged. Go over my notes from lessons learned and all that good stuff. Then we're going to put up our final attempt at a draw in about 7 minutes or so, 6 minutes, for the this Hobby Zone backup prize. I will remind people though that where it is a backup prize, if we don't have any winner, I won't continue drawing until we do have a winner. as a backup prize. All right. It's gonna bug the crap out of me. Where's the number range? Hasn't been put up yet. About 5 more minutes, we'll do that final draw. P7, C1. How do those disposables compare with the more expensive Razor? The Sand Loop Flex I use a ton of, and like I use it a lot, but I don't know if I only replaced it like once. It lasts quite a long time. It cuts well, works well. Highly recommend that. And then the balancer, same thing. I use it way longer than I probably should. But it works pretty well as well. It's Obey Kicks. I think you are behind a bit because you're posting an answer from the previous draw. That problems with the balancer ripping. Mine definitely, I've had them tear a bit. I feel like it still works okay after that happens, but I've definitely seen that happen as well. Oh yeah, probably my bad. No worries. First aid love razor myself. They last forever as long as you don't drop it. Get an estimate on when you expect to see the G Twix arrive to your store. I don't. Relatively soon, I think, but I don't. Until they ship to us, I don't know. So buy them because their disposables are so good. Yeah, I mean, Gunpowder makes good stuff. Welcome back, Rodrigo. Try to listen to jazz music while building. No, I'm not really a jazz person. More of a metalhead. Just like jazz, but better. You only pick up a location, people show up and show. You mean shop? We don't do shopping at the warehouse. It is so packed in there that A, good luck finding anything, and B, it would completely shut down our operation in terms of like picking orders and stuff like that. If we had somebody in the aisles, like it's literally that tight. But local pickup's definitely an option. If we're not slammed, we'd be happy to show you around, although you can see much more of the warehouse from just the doorway than you could have in the old place. But we don't do in-store shopping because being able to function is important for us. If you listen to Jazz, if you were to build a full armor gun for Thunderbolt, probably not. Storefront might have to do an online order pickup sometime. Definitely. Do you know what you're going to work on after the Gundam rebuild aerial? I'm not sure. I think I've got queued up. I got some more kits. I've been working on a bunch of stuff in terms of panel lining and decals and stuff. So I might have some intermediate projects that need to be pushed towards completion. That would probably be the immediate next thing. And I'm not sure after that. I'm still trying to work through all these Witch from Mercury high grades. A couple other high grades I think I mentioned earlier in the stream that would go great on my Argama deck that I want to do. I've got some master grades I'd like to get back to. So, and the new MGSD, I'd like to mess around with that. So I've got a bunch of options. It'll kind of depend on what strikes me at the time. So did I grab the wrong hand? The left hand. I need the right hand. What did I do? B8. I grabbed the wrong hand. Look at that. It's 2 incorrect parts tonight. So curious about MGSD. My deck is sweet. And everyone gotta go to work in the morning. See you later, Richard. Was your best-selling master grade? In terms of total numbers, and probably. Actually, you won't know if there's stuff in stock or out of stock. I don't know. It might be a Sosby Verka, honestly, but I'm not sure. Do the MGSD, that kit is phenomenal. Honest question, how big is your backlog? It's pretty big. Probably 100 plus kits. There's some pictures on my personal social media at nick.savory that probably show my backlog circa a few months back, maybe. Gundam Full Mechanic, Gundam Aerial, or you haven't got a chance to. I've done the Full Mechanics Aerial. It's a good kit. I've got a second one in the backlog too, I believe, because I want to build that again and paint it at some point, someday, maybe. All right. Okay, final draw here. Drawing for a Hobby Zone backup prize. Let's do a number from 10 to 90 and answer the question, what kit that you haven't built yet are you most curious about? You know, you want to know more about it, you want to see it in action or whatever, you just want more information on it. So 10 to 90, what kit that you haven't built are you most curious about? Remember, 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be valid entry. 10 to 90. And what kit that you haven't built are you most curious about? Curious about what you guys are curious about. HG got a short set. I had one on order, but canceled due to lack of inventory. HG Unleashed. Sounds before call. Let's see. Curious about the IBL full mechanics kits you posted about last week. Didn't even know this existed. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of those queued up for giveaway prizes for the charity stream. We have this large, generous set of donations that will be given away in the charity stream. Have another video. We had another donation, a P-Bandite kit come in. I'll save the suspense for our content this week. I still gotta set aside what the Mecha Warehouse prizes are going to be as well. So D12 and 13. Probably the last two pieces of the night here. And then we'll do our final draw attempt. We'll call tonight, and then I'll do all the things that I still have to do today because I went to the warehouse today. Nice blue for rebuilding those pieces. Yeah, it's a cool blue color. I'm gonna shovel my driveway after stream so I can sleep later tomorrow. Yeah, it's supposed to snow overnight, I think, into tomorrow. Be a good day to be not having to go anywhere. See the frolicking face on the chest. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a, there's like eyes down here kind of thing going on. Is that what you mean? Two to 4 inches here up north overnight till lunchtime tomorrow. So distracting. I'm looking forward to sleeping tonight. Already about the research versions of the Exia, but I really like that too. I don't know how the regular versions are. I like what I built so far. I'm curious about, I'll probably get more first-hand experience tomorrow if my plans go through. Helping my son with during some hobby time here at home. He has an HG, I think it's the Amazing Exia that he's been working on. And I feel like the chest pieces like to fall off that are kind of connected to the arms. Is that like a common thing, or did we screw something up? Alright, so that's the other shoulder. We can pick up the rest of that arm stuff next week. I'm going to call time here. We'll drop a winner and see where that takes us. Alright, 10 to 90. My hold off on the XE until 2.0 comes out. I'll super trust the MG Virtue. All right. Here we go. 49. I don't see a 49. No winners. Okay, well, we'll save that backup prize for next week then. I think that takes us to the end of the stream tonight. So thank you all for coming by, hanging out, and all that good stuff. We'll be back next week, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be giving away something else, picking up where we left off on this aerial rebuild. Do want to remind people that we do have that 15% off code for master grades over at mechawarehouse.com. That ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So take advantage if there's any MGs that you're looking for. And I think that's it. So otherwise, see you all next week. Thank you once again for hanging out. Have a great evening and rest.